All right. To all my meditators, hopefully they don't hop on this and I ruin their vibe. But I was just thinking this morning that it would be, really great at this point to drop a video of why you would want to come to our day-long retreat and what this really is about. And I don't think I'm going to have a meltdown today, so this is good. And I'm driving and I have a minute to just chat with you and say, you know what, this is what's up. So we just had a meditation about peeling back the layers of identity. And the thing with a day-long retreat like this is that it allows you some time to really deeply connect with what's going on in here. Because all of these tools are great in theory, but they're tools. And until you can really settle into what's going on inside here, my mentor would often say nothing's automatic, and I really appreciated that. Like, doing these tools every day, that's not going to change your life until you really step into and connect with you and who you are. And it's very rare that we gift ourselves that space, right? We might show up for these meditations, and so if we're lucky, most of us might give ourselves 5, 10, 15, maybe 30 minutes to really come home to ourselves. And that's wonderful, right? Because that's more than most of us are doing. But it's a rare opportunity that we allow ourselves a full day to connect and explore. And think about that. When are those times that you've allowed yourself like a full lunch to connect with a friend, or a whole date night to go out with your partner, and what a difference it makes to spend a couple hours dedicated to them, and the way that you shift and transform and grow. Let alone if you go on like a whole vacation where you're just in this space of connection and bonding with them. It makes a big difference. And so when you show up for yourself in that way and say, you know what, I'm dedicating a full day to just seeing what's going on in here, it is a profound shift that takes place. And that's what these day-longs are about, because we hold workshops every month, and they're not quite as long. They're 4 hours, and they are meant to be educational. They're meant to give you the experience, but to really help you understand the tools, right? And so we've done workshops on tools for mindfulness and on the human design and on, developing conscious relationships. We're doing one in June on learning how to introspect more effectively. And so those workshops are there to provide you with the tools and to help you understand the ways that you can meet yourself. But these day-long retreats are all about bonding and connecting with yourself for a full day, which is rare. It's rare that we give ourselves that space. And what happens when you give yourself that space is magical, because your soul and your body says, holy smokes, you're going to make time to listen to us? We're going to tell you all sorts of stuff we'd like you to know. And so it's really unbelievable when you can allow yourself a full day to step into that space, because it's not just the exercises. It's that you've set this intention and you've allowed yourself to step into this container. And when you do that, your body and mind and spirit takes full advantage of it and says, heck yeah, let's do this. And so that's the power of this experience, and that's why we've created this space, is to give you this opportunity to step into that. And so we're going to do these full hour tools. You're gonna do yoga for an hour, and you're gonna have the opportunity to really check in and see what's going on with your body. And it's going to be held in a different space, right? Because going to yoga for a class, you're still connecting and you're still learning those things, but it's not held in that same space of like, I'm doing this yoga practice today to fully explore what's going on in this body and what it wants to tell me. And then after each practice, we're going to have these integration circles. So then you'll break out into these small groups where everyone can talk about their experience and what it was like for them to do that. And so it's really, really incredible, because not only are you in the experience, but oftentimes whenever we have an experience, it's actually the unraveling, the integrating, the talking about and hearing others talk about their experience that helps really bring it home and helps with that expansion and that deeper knowing. So that's where this gets really cool, is you're going to do the process, but then you're going to have space to integrate with it. And so then we'll go into the next practice, which is, going to be breath work, or it's going to be meditation, or it's going to be dyads, or it's going to be intuitive dance. And straight up, some people opted out of this retreat because of the intuitive dance. And I get it, because dancing is insanely vulnerable. Like, that is a very, very vulnerable place to be, to get up and allow yourself to be seen in that way. But holy smokes, the magic that happens when you can hold yourself in that vulnerability and be willing to show up in that way. Like, it's insane. And the thing that happens here is it's your day. So if something doesn't resonate, or it's too much, or you need a break, you get to step out, because this is about you making space for you. And so we're going to have these little altar kind of stations where if you just need, like, a lot's coming up, or you're starting to see some things, or you need to sit with yourself, there's going to be these little spots that you can step out and you can journal and you can pull cards and you can take some space. So we've set this up in a way that's really allowing you to make this into whatever experience you want. And then we're going to have these amazing practitioners there. So if something really big is coming up, you have the opportunity to step in with one of these practitioners to help you move it through. We've got Reiki practitioners, we've got ancestral lineage practitioners, we've got tarot reading card practitioners, we have other energy moving modalities that don't even fall into a specific category. They're just freaking cool. But we have all of these tools in one place to just say, hey, if you want to be held for a day and you want to reconnect and get you through this next season of time, this is the place to do it, because we're going to hold that container for you. We're going to allow you space to go into the experience, but we're going to give you permission to do it in whatever way feels good. And we're going to have the support there to help you integrate and talk through what's coming up. And if you need a break, we're going to have stations there for you to take that break and to go be with yourself. And if it's something you need extra support, we're going to have these practitioners there to give you more insight and to help you to be able to step more fully into it. And so it's a really, really magical experience. And the idea with our, Wild Grace and we're doing is that we want to hold these experiential day-long retreats once a quarter. And just think of that. What would shift in your life if once a quarter you gave yourself a full day to step into you, to bond, to connect, to hold that space that we never hold for ourselves. I mean, you think magic happens in a 15-minute meditation? Wait till you give yourself 8 hours of sitting with yourself. That's when magic happens. And so I just wanted to hop on here. We got 1 week left, a week and a half, really. So if this work has been resonating, if it has been feeling like you're noticing a difference, that's the invitation really opening that space. And so, you know, you're worth showing up for, you're worth connecting for, you're worth really, really coming back home and recognizing that you deserve that time too. You know, especially in the season of life that I'm in, I hear moms and dads alike constantly saying, like, I don't have time for that. Like, my life is so crazy. And that's the truth. Like, everyone's life is so stinking crazy. And so can you make that time? Just like you make time for date nights with your spouse, or time to connect with your kids, can you gift yourself that hour to connect with that day to connect with yourself? And that is huge. And the way that shifts everything in your life is incredible. And I think that's the other thing that's important to talk to around this, is that when you connect to yourself, it shifts everything. It shifts the way you perform at work. It shifts the way you perform in your marriage. It shifts the way you perform as a parent. It shifts the way you perform as a grandparent, as a friend. Like, everything is impacted when you do this. And so, in my opinion, it's like you can't afford not to step out and take these times. And genuinely, I don't know where I would be without the retreats that I'd done in the past. Those were definitely the moments where the most layers cleared, because like I said, when your body and soul knows you're setting aside that time, it doesn't waste any time. It takes advantage of that experience. So now that you guys are, you know, kind of getting to know me, kind of getting to know what we're about, just wanted to throw that out there so you have kind of a clear idea of what this event is, what it is about, what it means. And then the last thing I just wanted to throw in there is that we created a program called ActiveGrace. And it's a way to, you know, step in from a community support place. So there's different things you can do. It's all on our website, but like, if you share us on Instagram, or if you invite a friend, or if you take a flyer to a couple businesses, or if you write a testimonial about how this has been impacting you, that each one of those things gets you a 20% off coupon, because we really want this to be accessible for people. We don't want finances to be an issue. And so if the financial burden is an issue, absolutely reach out to us, because we've created a lot of ways you can come and help in the morning of the retreat to set up. You can help take down at the end. Like, there's lots of things that you can do to help discount that price, so that you can really gift yourself this opportunity, and also be part of this movement, right? Because the thing that I was most passionate about in creating this was that it wasn't about me. It was about coming together as a community and creating a space where everyone could be part of this shift. And I really think that's happening. I think there is a shift that is happening at a societal level where we are wanting to come back home to that connection, wanting to come back home to ourselves, and you get to be part of that. You're not promoting this to promote a retreat. What you're promoting and what you're bringing people into is a space to say, let's come back home together. Let's do this work together. Because when I raise to the occasion and I come back home to myself, it helps every person I come in contact with come back home to themselves. And so this is an exciting time to get to be in this space together. And I am so excited to be able to be in this space with you. And so hopefully that gives you a little clearer picture of what this day-long retreat is about, how to make it feasible if finances are an issue, and to really just sit with, you know, why don't I feel like I'm worth spending a day with? And what would happen? How would my life shift if I did take love to have you in that container with us. If it doesn't, I totally get it, you know? It's going to resonate when it does, and it's great. It's all good. So we'd love to have you. Hope you have the most wonderful day. If any more questions come up, definitely drop it in the comments, and